What's good, Eagles fans? This is your guy, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports Philly, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. It was fun while it lasted. Let's be honest with ourselves. It was fun while it lasted. We had high hopes, but overall, the Eagle has landed. Super grateful for you guys for being here. Make sure you guys support the content. As you already know, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well, the notification bell, whatever you got to do to support the content. It really helps. But I have several topics lined up for you guys today as it pertains to the Philadelphia Eagles' latest playoff blunder. A lot of people already didn't really have the highest of expectations for us entering the playoffs. But again, I have several topics I want to get into. First, I want to get into my feelings leading up to the game. Once I found out we were in the playoffs, I was ecstatic. I was elated. I was elated. I was all right. Can you guys hear me now? Give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me. I was having some slight technical difficulty issues. But like I said, my feelings leading up to the game, I was super excited about us being in the playoffs. No one expected us to be here. No one expected us to even be remotely competitive this season. And I understand why. When you think about the way the season began, we started out at 2-5. Things weren't really promising for us. The team didn't seem like they had a direction. The team didn't seem as though they had any sort of semblance of where they wanted to do, where they wanted to go. But we made changes. We put ourselves in contention. We made ourselves competitive to a degree. Granted, it was a one-dimensional style of football, but we became competitive. We started to win games. We started to establish an identity on offense. The defense started to put things together. The continuity started to exist. Guys were healthy for the most part. But the once we locked up the playoff spot, I was like, yes, all right. My floor for this team was 9-8. My ceiling was 10-7. We ended the season at 9-8. Great, a winning record over 500. Awesome. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. But yes, with a rookie head coach, a second-year quarterback, the expectations weren't high at all. But we managed to win 9 games. We managed to win 9 games. We managed to stay competitive. And you can't take that from us, right? But we made the playoffs, and our matchup was up in the air. And then things started to become clear. And it turned out we would face the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the first round, the reigning Super Bowl champs, the 7th seed versus the number 2 seed. That's how it's supposed to go, right? So once we found out our matchup, we still had confidence in ourselves as fans. We still believe that this team can be competitive. This team can make a game out of it if and only if they follow the blueprint. And that is by having a dominant run game, by being physical at the line of scrimmage, by not turning the ball over, by winning time of possession, and getting Jalen Hurts to make timely throws, make timely decisions. But none of those things None of those things seem to have come into fruition. And that brings me to my feelings during the game. I, again, was optimistic about the game, but at the same time, I knew the monster we had to slay, and that was Tom Brady. That is no easy task for anybody. But we came into the game. We kicked the ball off, so we started on defense first. Tampa Bay drove down the field on the first drive, scored a touchdown. Wow. We had penalties all over the place. Just wow. Allowing them to establish their running game without their top two running backs. Wow. But that was still early in the game. We down 7. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, all right, let's just, we got the rush out the way. Let's stay focused. All right. So then we couldn't get anything done. Things were just all over the place for us. We had no continuity, no confidence, it seemed like. It just seemed like there was just no identity, no rhyme or reason for anything. It seemed like we were just blindly calling plays. I was starting to feel dejected. The entire time I'm sitting there, I'm just sitting watching the game in silence. I couldn't even react because I just knew it wasn't meant. It wasn't meant to be. Things just looked so cataclysmic. But that brings me to the offense because again, we're gonna dissect this game a little bit. We're gonna start off with the offense. First things first, we couldn't even get the ball going in the running game. It seemed like everybody was limited. Jalen Hurts led the team in carries with 39 rushing yards. That's not good. Miles Sanders only had seven rush attempts for 16 yards. His longest rush of the day was 14 yards. So that should put into perspective. He was getting stopped. He ran into a wall. Where was Jordan Howard at? Was Jordan Howard hurt? Was he not available? What happened? As a matter of fact, no, that can't be it because Jordan Howard had a catch. He had a catch. So why wasn't Jordan Howard involved in this game plan? I gotta give credit to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They shut the running game down. But it wasn't like we made it hard for them. We made it easy. Why was Nick Sirianni hell-bent on having these bunch formations? Why was everybody crowded at the line of scrimmage so close? You made it easy for those guys to attack the running game. Why not spread the guys out? Spread guys out, open up that box. They was low in the box on you. 7 guys, 8 guys in the box. They was low in it. They wanted you to throw the ball. If they load in the box that much, that means there are going to be one-on-one matchups on either side of the field. Someone's going to get open. They got to be playing man-to-man if they load in the box like that. But what did we do? We didn't get a ball to Devontae Smith until late into the second quarter. By then, the game is damn near out of reach. We down 17-0. Then we allow them to put up 14 more points in the third quarter. Make the score 31. The game was 31-0 going into the fourth quarter. That cannot happen. Now, there was times where defense made stops. Offense couldn't get out of their own way. Offense had no identity in any way. I don't know what I watched, honestly. It's one thing it's one thing to lose the game. You were competitive. You scored. It was a nail biter. But we were not even relatively involved. We weren't even awake. We were sleepwalking through this game. Where was the preparation? It seemed like we came into that game without any sort of preparation. Am I tripping when I say that? No one looked prepared. Everybody seemed like they fell asleep on the bus. No one seemed like they believed in the vision. The only person I seen with some relative passion on offense was Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith was heated. We're going to get into that later on in the show. But time and time again, the offense just looked flat. We forced that young man, Jalen Hurts, well, Ty Bowles in that defense. They forced Jalen Hurts to throw that ball 40 plus times. That's what happens when you get down double digits. We said in this game, if we're going to win, we cannot go down by two or more possessions. We got to maintain ball control. We got to protect the rock. Jalen Hurts threw 2 interceptions. Come on. That can't happen. Was Jalen Hurts still hurt? He didn't look comfortable. He didn't seem poised to me. He didn't seem like he trusted what he saw. We got exposed. We got exposed in this game. Everything that led up to this game, all those wins we had against those bottom feeder teams, we got exposed. A lot of people say, well, the Eagles didn't play anybody to get into this playoffs. So how can you really respect their journey? At the end of the day, the path is the path. You just got to walk it. So I respect their journey. But it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing to come out as flat as we did, to not put up any points to the fourth quarter, where by then the game is over. Tampa Bay not even trying no more. They're letting you rock. Disrespectful to yourselves. Disrespectful to the city. That can't happen that way. I had high hopes for this team. Again, I knew we was going up against the Super Bowl champs, but I didn't expect us to look this bad, to look this non-competitive. We actually looked better in the first matchup. Was it the road trip? Did somebody get bad airplane food? What happened? What happened? I didn't see any chemistry. I didn't see any continuity in the play calling on offense. There was no rhyme or reason. Nothing led to anything. It seemed like we were just pulling plays out of a hat. The packages we had on the field, the formations we had on the field, poor. That Buccaneers team thrives on their front seven. So why not spread them out? Spread them out so you can thin out the box. Give your running backs a shot to at least run the ball. We didn't do that at all. I saw so many plays where it was bunch formations and everybody was just stacked on top of each other, and there was no room for anything. I don't know if Nick Sirianni thought if we run out of a power formation that'd give us more blockers, but in reality, all it really did was make the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' job that much easier. That can't happen. The way that happened, that cannot happen. It just can't. The GOAT Michi, what's going on, my man? He says, going to say Ty Bowles got a lot of credit. He shut our offense down. Experienced coaches beat inexperienced coaches every time. I would have to agree with you on that. That's exactly what it looked like, my man. Ty Bowles forced Nick to go pass heavy, and it shows that when we're down, we're not going to run the ball, and it exposes our offense. Exactly. We talked about it time and time again. We knew that this was a game where we had to dictate the pace. We had to dictate how things went. We knew that in order for us to win, we had to get our running game going early, and we couldn't get it going. We couldn't. We just couldn't. Tampa Bay, I give them credit. They shut us down. For the first time in like 8 or 9 weeks, we didn't put up more than 100 yards rushing. That's crazy. But then again, when you go up against a real defense, a real team, a team that actually knows how to make adjustments, a team that's reigning Super Bowl champs, that has the experience, has the pedigree, has the talent, oh yeah, anything is possible. They can shut you down if you give them the opportunity. So it's like, how can we, it really makes you wonder how far along this Eagles offense is, right? It makes you really wonder how far developed Jalen Hurts is. Now, let's be honest about this. From week 1 up until now, Jalen Hurts has made strides. That's the fact of the matter. We have to acknowledge the honest truth. From week 1 up until now, Jalen Hurts has improved. Has he improved as much as we would like him to be? Maybe not. But we had to acknowledge the fact that last year we were 4-11-1 with massive injuries, with people who couldn't get the job done. This season, we started out 2-5, ended the season 9-8, made the playoffs. It was able to secure a spot. This season was extremely competitive on both sides of the conferences. So there was so much left up to competition this year. It wasn't just cut and dry like these are the bad teams, these are the good teams. It was so blended. People were getting beat by any and everybody, but we made the playoffs, and we did exactly what we didn't think we was going to do. So we had to give credit where credit's due in that respect. But it really begs the question: how far along is this offense really? How developed is this offense really? Yes, our head coach is a rookie. Our quarterback is only in his second year. Only started about 20 games, 18 games in his NFL career, 17, 18 games in his NFL career, right? No, I scratched that. He started, I want to say he started like 19 games, right? So, and then we have a very young wide receiver core, a young roster, pretty much in totality, one of the younger rosters in the NFL. Most of our roster is on average 25 years old. So we lacked experience in every facet on offense, and it showed itself. But that doesn't excuse the poor play calling. That doesn't excuse the lack of adjustments made. It doesn't excuse it in any way. So we got a lot of cleaning up to do on offense. We got a lot of growing to do, a lot of learning to do. This game was a learning experience for these young guys. Look, I didn't expect these guys to make it to a Super Bowl this year. I really didn't. Even after making the playoffs, I didn't expect these guys to make Super Bowl. You know, it was fun to talk about, but I knew these guys wasn't making no Super Bowl. I honestly felt like we'd be lucky to get out the first round. You know what I'm saying? But we got exposed in multiple ways, and we're going to talk about the defense also. Don't get it twisted. Jonathan Gannon is far from off the hook. We're going to talk about the defense too, but right now we're focused on the offense. We got to be better than this. We got to be more poised in this. We were outclassed, outmatched. That was the perfect gut check game. We got gut checked. We got brought down to earth. And I respect it. Hey, listen, no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. And you already know how I call it. You already know how I get down. We got 10 people on the live stream. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Really appreciative of you guys being here, rocking with me. Really appreciative. As you guys can see, I got the little overlay at the top, trying something new. Tell me what you guys think, of course. But overall, the offense was disappointing. It was very disappointing. And I just didn't like our approach to the game. Dallas Goedert had 12 targets. Devontae Smith had 11 targets. You know what I'm saying? Quez Watkins had 7 targets. Jalen Hurts looked inaccurate at times. Didn't seem like he was comfortable making his throws. Didn't throw with enough anticipation. Turned the ball over. That can't happen in these kind of games. His inexperience showed itself. And his lack of performance actually opened up another can of worms that can he be the quarterback of our future? A lot of people still wonder that now. Me, I'm still on the side of things of rock out with this kid. At the end of the day, rock out with this kid and rebuild the roster. See, a lot of people are reacting emotionally to things, right? A lot of people are reacting emotionally to things. But overall, we have to acknowledge that we got this kid who's very young, only 23, 24 years old, brought a team that was only supposed to win 4 games to the playoffs with a 9-8 record, being as inexperienced as he is, being as undeveloped as he is, he managed to make do. And he managed to help get this team into the playoffs. There's something to be said about that. Let's be frank about this. If Jalen Hurts was drafted in the first round, we'll be saying, oh, yeah, we got one, you guys. We got one. But because he was drafted in the second round, we nitpick. We drag his name through the mud. We constantly say he ain't it. We constantly say he ain't got the gall. He ain't got the goods to get it done. We constantly say that. But here's the thing, though. We got 3 first-round picks coming up, but we're going to talk about that stuff too. But we got to acknowledge the fact that we have an opportunity to really reload this roster if we do it right. if we don't jump the gun, if we don't make knee-jerk reactions, if we don't react emotionally. Sure, things are going to change. Sure, there may be opportunities that you didn't think will come as far as players that may be available. But we have to acknowledge the fact that with this kid who actually brought us into the playoffs from a season where we were nowhere near the playoffs, there's something to be said about that. We have to give him credit for that. We have to give him a credit for being a gamer, for being someone that the team wants to rally behind. We have to give him credit for that, for leading his team to the playoffs where nobody thought we could. We got fat. We got spoiled. We thought we thought this team was further along than what they are, but they were not, and that's okay. That's okay. This team is a far cry from a Super Bowl championship. That's what I saw. That's what I saw watching that wildcard matchup. There's just two different classes, two different tiers, and we're not where the Buccaneers are. You just saw it. It was clear. It was night and day. They played with a higher sense of urgency. They play faster. They play more confidently. There's more poise. We're just not there yet, and that's okay. The offense still has a long way to go, and that's okay. We don't have to jump out the window. And the reason I say this is because we got the kid on a rookie deal who brought us to the playoffs. We overachieved. And that's okay. So you know what that says? That says, okay, this team, as it's presently constructed, can make the playoffs. What can we do to make it better? Now, if that is switching out the quarterback position, sure. But that only will be acknowledged to me if it's something that you cannot deny. But even if you bring in a talented quarterback, a top-tier quarterback, a veteran, is this roster ready for a Super Bowl run? I don't think so defensively. And that brings me on to the conversations about the defense. The defense, oh my God, Jonathan Gannon, take a head coaching job somewhere else. I'm done. I'm cool with Jonathan Gannon. I'm cool. I'm so off him. He played the most vanilla defense. He played the most bare bones cover two packages. I barely saw any man-to-man. I barely saw any blitzes. The sacks we did get was all individual efforts from the front four. Jonathan Gannon, I do not believe in what you've been selling, my brother. I don't. Tom Brady was just picking it apart. Hey, I'll throw it 5 yards here, 7 yards here, 12 yards here, 10 yards here. They didn't get us. They didn't really get us from no deep ball for real. But you know what Tom Brady did? We played right into Tom Brady's hands. Tom Brady will nickel and dime you to death until he get $1. He will nickel and dime you to death. Say the Shade says Jalen just didn't look like it. A lot of the problems in his progressions and lack to pull the trigger. There was lots of opportunities he missed. Absolutely, Say the Sage. Absolutely, man. He just didn't look comfortable in any way. Eagles Realist says, what's up, Tone? I was embarrassed, but hopefully we have a great offseason. I was embarrassed too. Thank God I was watching the game around only Eagles fans, but I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed to come out the way we came out. It was unacceptable. My man, Philly the podcast, what's going on, my brother? He says we'll be back next year. And you know what? I agree with you on that. I actually think this team is better than what we thought, but we're also not as good as we thought. Does that make sense to you guys? We ended up being better than we originally thought, but we weren't as good as we thought. You dig what I'm saying? We got to a point in the season where we was like, okay, maybe we can make a little run. Maybe we can get to the second round of the playoffs. Maybe. You never know, right? Maybe we can compete, catch somebody slipping. You know, Bobby Schmurda, But we'll be back, like Philly said. We'll be back. We got to reload. We got to add some more talent on defense, some impact guys. We need to get edge rushers. We need to get linebackers. We need to get safeties. I'm going to get into all that stuff. But this defense, man, defense was just unacceptable. Jay Will, my guy, how you feeling, man? Glad you're here. We got 12 people in the live stream. Make sure y'all smash that like button. I appreciate you guys. Michi says, this game showed if a DC you can expose Hurts by forcing him throwing the ball. The jury is out, and the tape shows he can improve, yes, but the moment was too big for him, and the blueprint is out now. The blueprint is officially out. Frank Clark says, we look like a young team against the Bucs. We did. We look so young. We looked like we was wet behind the ears. We looked green in front of those guys. No pun intended. Jay Will, he says, yesterday was called a reality check, plain and simple. It shows these guys belong in the NFL. They aren't special, and we have a giant talent gap to go. Absolutely. Absolutely. There is a talent gap. And I feel like the biggest disparity is our defensive talent. We have like no legit, we don't have any depth. In reality, once you get past the starters, I don't trust anybody on the roster. And then at linebacker, who do we have that's a legit bona fide talent? TJ Edwards, he's a great story. Alex Singleton, they're a great story. They're guys who played above their pay grade. Yeah. Sure, they're good complimentary guys, but we need a legit linebacker dictating things back there. We need a legit field general back there. On the edge, Josh Sweat didn't play. He dealt with a life-threatening illness. Hope he's doing well. But damn, did we need him? We needed him. Sure, we got like 4 or 5 sacks on the game, but we had a moment in that game where the defense was starting to stop things, and we had an opportunity. In that second quarter, we had an opportunity. The defense was stopping some guys. Defense only gave up 3 points in that second quarter. That was the opportunity for us to come back into this game and be competitive again. But we couldn't get it done. And that was the overall issue. We couldn't get it done. But you're absolutely right, Jay Will. Reality check, plain and simple. Reality check. Eagle has landed, says 3 words, Hurts ain't it. Frank Cart says, I'm down with whoever's the QB as long as there's an open competition and not just given to Hurts. Yeah, I think what's going to need to happen, they're going to have to bring somebody in to test Hurts gangster. You feel what I'm saying? They're gonna have to bring somebody in. Now, if that's through the draft or if that's somebody you bring in through free agency, I don't know. But they're going to have to bring somebody in to push this kid. Not saying that Jalen Hurts isn't already a self-motivating type of guy. He seems very motivated. But he needs to take his game to another level. And that's and where he in the strides he made from beginning to end, we can acknowledge the positivity in that. We can take that for what it's worth. Now, people can act disingenuous all they want and say, oh, he's been trash all season. Not true. He's made relative improvements throughout the season. Now he has to put it all together. He has to take this offseason, get into the lab, and put it all together so he can play a complete game of football. That's what he has to do. I'm proud of Jalen Hurts' development this season. Whether people want to be disingenuous or acknowledge it or not, I'm actually proud of the quarterback Jalen Hurts became. Sure, he had a bad game, and he left a bad taste in people's mouths, and people are going to be stuck with this all season. And I wish the game would have been more competitive so we wouldn't be able to have this conversation, but it wasn't. And the reality is he did not have a good game. He turned the ball over twice. He looked uncomfortable. He didn't look poised. He didn't make his way through his progressions. He seemed hesitant. He didn't pull the trigger. He didn't throw with anticipation. He left a bad taste in our mouths. So we're going to be stuck with this. He has to live with it. And it's going to be up to him to change the narrative. Eagle has landed, says, I wasn't a Hurts fan from the beginning. His arm and anticipation was lacking at Bama, and the same issues remain. I wasn't on the Hurts wagon when we drafted him. Not on it now. That's okay. That's quite all right. But you also have to acknowledge the fact that by having him on a rookie deal, that gives you the opportunity to reload his roster. Now, let me ask y'all this: What would you rather do? Would you rather rock out with him for another year, or would you rather leverage all your picks and assets just to bring in a veteran guy to this roster that still needs work, especially on defense? I'm rolling my dice on bringing him back another year, letting him rock out as the starter, let him earn it, obviously, and then at that point, you reload the roster. You do things in the draft this season. You pick up some guys in free agency. You make some moves. We're going to have a lot of cap. We're going to have a lot of money this year. We're going to have a lot of draft picks this year. We got to play it smart. We can't make knee-jerk reactions, you guys. I need you guys to understand that. Michi says, the thing we don't have the personnel to compete with top elite teams, but that's okay. Building is during the offseason. Absolutely. Absolutely. You build on it. This was a learning experience, you guys. Let's not forget, we wasn't supposed to be here. We got to acknowledge that, you guys. We were not supposed to be here. Everyone doubted us. Even our own Eagles fans doubted us. Some Eagles fans said we only won in 4 games. Let's keep that in perspective. Let's keep that in perspective. Mrs. Bergen, what's going on, sis? How you doing? She says facts. She said Gannon can definitely go. Frank Carr says Gannon got to go. Slay not staying on Evans blows my mind. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. The fact that he didn't allow him to travel with him was ridiculous. He cooked everybody else, but every time Slay was there, he couldn't really get much done. And that was the problem for me. Like, you didn't, like, how do you not let your talent bleed through? Why don't you let your talent shine? Lean on your talent. Lean on the guys you have. It doesn't make sense to me. Like Jonathan Gannon, he played so passive, just as we thought he would. You know what's so sad? There was moments where I was like, you know what, Jonathan Gannon is probably going to, step outside the box. He didn't do that. He didn't do that at all. He didn't trust his guys. He didn't trust the talent he had. He allowed the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to dictate the pace and what they were going to do instead of being aggressive and making them play to what you're doing. He was piss poor. It was rough for him. I don't know. Jonathan Gannon, man, I don't care what head coaching job you take. Just take it. We need to bring in somebody with some experience as defensive coordinator. I can't play around with Jonathan Gannon no more. I can't. Ivan Mims, my brother, what's going on? Ivan Mims says, what's up with all that East-West crap? Why did they run Jordan Howard? Bro, I mentioned it. I don't know why Jordan Howard didn't get any snaps. It didn't make sense to me. Eagle has landed says, please cut Rager and J-Jaw, but if you have to keep one, which one would it be? We're going to get into that in a little bit, man. We're going to get into that. Eagles realist said talent gap, spot on. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Look, you guys, the offense and the defense struggled tremendously. Defense gave up 14 points in the first quarter, 17 points in the first half. Then gave up 14 points in the third quarter. We was just getting mollywopped. So it's a learning experience, you guys. It's a learning curve, and that's okay, you guys. We take it for what it's worth, and we move on. We rebuild this team. We get better. We learn from this. Like I said, I'm proud of this team. I'm proud of the strides certain guys made. I'm proud of how TJ Edwards developed. I'm proud of the season Darius Slay had. I'm proud of Jason Kelsey, Lane Johnson, Mailata. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of Jalen Hurts for making the strides he made. I'm proud of Nick Sirianni leaning on the identity of his team. You know, I'm proud of Jeff Stoutland for coming back to the team. You know, nurturing these guys. I'm proud of us just being good at something. We had the number 1 rushing offense in the NFL. We can hang our hat on that. Now we build off of that. That's all it is, you guys. I know what hurts right now because it's fresh. It's fresh. It's right here in our hearts, in the chasm of our psyche, of our minds. It's sitting with us. We eat, sleep, and breathe this. And it's one of the hardest losses to swallow because we look so non-competitive, because we legitimately look like we didn't belong. This is the kind of game that makes the NFL question, did we do the right thing by adding an extra seed to the playoffs? Did we do the right thing by adding that extra spot in the playoffs? You saw how bad the New England Patriots looked. You know what I'm saying? You saw how bad the Pittsburgh Steelers looked. You saw how bad the Eagles looked. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't look good. It just didn't look good. And you know, we have a lot of growing to do, you guys. And we should hold our heads high. We should not be sad. We should not be, livid. We should just look at it as, okay, we got something to build on. We made the playoffs this year. Our season became interesting. Our season became watchable. We gotta accept that and take it for what it's worth. But I want to talk about the special team struggles. But before I do that, let's get into some of these comments. Ryan Rowe, my man, what's going on? Rock the Art is my guy. He says tough loss, man. Yeah, big time. Very tough loss. Chronic Spin Dash, what's going on, my man? He says two things can be true. Jalen played bad and has done more than enough to be the starter next year. Yeah, absolutely. And this is a very logical take. Shout out to Chronic Spin Dash. Shout out to him. This is a very logical take. He said two things can be true. Jalen played bad and has done more than enough to be the starter next year. And that's my sentiment. He played terribly. But in my opinion, he's earned the right to start next year. That's how I see it. You got this man for 2 more years on a rookie deal. Take advantage of the opportunity while you can to rebuild this roster and put some talent around it. And then you never know what the quarterback market or quarterback landscape might be in 2023 or 2024. You never know. So this is an opportunity for us to really look in the mirror and say, okay, where are we deficient? Okay, the linebacker position. Let's get some talent there. We need some talent on the edge. Okay, we're going to have to reload this offensive line. We don't know if Jason Kelce is going to come back. We don't know if Brandon Brooks will be back healthy. Isaac Samalo, another guy. You know what I'm saying? Ryan McLeod, will he come back? Anthony Harris, will he come back? You know, Darius Slay, you know, he had a good season, but he's aging. You know? Fletcher Cox, you know, what's his future with the organization? This is a moment for us to look in the mirror and figure out exactly where we're deficient. So it's okay, you guys. We made the playoffs. The season was very interesting. Very. We were excited all year. This was amazing, right? It was storybook. We were 2-5 at one point. Didn't know where we were going. We looked dead in the water, but managed to come back and rise like a phoenix and make a playoff run. Sure, we beat teams that weren't necessarily top tier, maybe not even middle tier, but we beat the teams we were supposed to beat. And there's something to be said about that. We're nowhere near the best, but we're damn sure nowhere near the worst. And we need to accept that for what it is right now. Eagles Realist says build a top 5 defense with 3 picks in free agency. The Eagles can legitimately do that. They have an opportunity to do that. Eagle has landed says, I don't want a veteran guy. I like Pitt. I like Pitt QB Kenny Pickett. I can draft him and still build my defense up. That's if he's there. See, what you got to understand, Eagles land, is the fact that, you know, the closer draft day comes, these quarterbacks, their stock rises. There's a chance that, you know, none of these quarterbacks may be there when we have our first round pick. There's a chance. You never know. AM says, go Birds, what's good? Everything's good, my man. You know, just living life. T. Lewis says, I don't know who was worse, Sirianni's play calling or Gannon's passiveness. Rager being buns or Hurts not seeing the entire field, shaking my head. Oh, man, so much to discuss. And that brings me to the special team topic, man. Special teams, wow. Most notably, Jalen Rager, wow. Just wow. Jalen Rager, you've officially lost all stock. This city will never have faith in you again. It's over. It's over. This city will never have faith in that young man again. It's over. It's over. He doesn't have it up here. He doesn't have it on the turf. I don't know what's going on. You muff a punt, which directly led to points. When we had a chance to come back into the game, we had a chance. You muff a punt, give them an opportunity to put up more points. How, Sway? How? Jalen Rager did not look like he belonged in the NFL yesterday. He didn't look like he belonged on any roster, not even a practice squad roster. You was better off bringing up Huntley to return punts or Gainwell back there. You was better off than Nick. And you know what? I want to give Nick Sirianni some credit because Nick Sirianni tried his hardest to give that kid a chance. He tried to put him in so many different situations for him to be successful. bubble screens, smoke screens, jet sweeps, quick slants, goal routes, special teams, punt return, kick return, just blocking. They try to put him in so many different situations to be successful, and this young man could not get it done. Just could not get it done. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable how somebody can make football look so painful. Every time he touches the rock, I pray to God that things go right. Every time he touches the ball, it can't keep happening this way. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside and Jalen Reagor are officially done. They cannot step foot on for this Eagles team again. You got to do something with these guys. I don't care what you do. Cut them, trade them, whatever you got to do, get them out of the building. They are a detriment to this team. They contribute nothing but negative plays. Jalen Reagor directly gave the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 7 points, put the game out of reach. That cannot happen. It cannot happen. Michi says, to be honest, keep Hurts, but one thing we got to know, they're going to be a trade package for Hurts, but I will keep Hurts, though. AM says, Gannon can go. Will not be missed at all. T. Louis Bird gang, we ain't scoring to the fourth quarter. We got dog walk the entire game. Absolutely. They put us in a blender. AM, I'm not happy with Sirianni. He was out coached and number one rushing well. Look who was smart and complete shutdown our run game. It was too late by then because coaches kept running. Why was Reagor out there doing return after halftime over his head? Drop, return, catch, and the fumble on a return. And coach still had him out there after all this time. I blame the coaches. We were out coached. Rock the Artist says time to rebuild this offseason. Get rid of Jalen Reagor, Barnett, JJ take a Whiteside. Absolutely. Barnett, oh yeah, I'm glad you brought him up. He got to go. Barnett has to go. He can't help himself. I'm starting to think he got CTE. The way he be conducting himself. It's no way that you're that much of a bonehead. You keep trying to be slick, dude. You know they're gonna protect Tom Brady with the refs are gonna protect Tom Brady with everything they got. They're gonna protect that. They're gonna protect that OG with everything they got. He's 40 plus years old. They're gonna make sure you don't touch him unnecessarily. Ryan Rose says Jalen Hurts got to keep on developing the throwing accurate passes, the ball coverage pressures, and a lot of consistency to read instead of the field. Yeah, he got to get better. You're right, Ryan Rose. He has to improve in reading the field. His accuracy, his ball placement got to get better in every way. Ivan Mims says, hell, he got more playoff experience than Carson Wentz. LOL. Hurts been my guy since Bama. Roll Tide, but I believe in him. And I believe in him. And I only hope that next year our roots grow some more. That's another thing to you guys. He took us to a playoff game, played in it, win or lose. Carson couldn't even do that. Carson has yet to play in a playoff game. He has yet to play in a playoff game. Don't y'all dare count the Seattle game. He got knocked out in the first drive. Carson Wentz has yet to play a full playoff game. At least Jalen Hurts already got something over his head, right? AM says, wasn't it halftime and Smitty only had, 2 targets or was it 0? By halftime, I think he had like 2 targets, something like that. They didn't start going to him until the end of the second quarter. That last drive we had. And then Jalen Hurts threw an interception. Eagle has landed says, I'm aware he may not be there. If he is, though, I would draft him. So he's talking about Pickett. Ivan Mims says, where was Huntley? Reagor muffed one and dropped 2. Bro. I don't understand. Ryan Rose says Jalen Reagor can't control the catches and dropping the pass if the drive was terrible from Jalen Reagor. Yeah, Jalen Reagor, he can't control anything that comes his way. Ivan Mims says time to give Hightower a shot. AM says Reagor fumbled in the playoffs. Can't happen. I was more worried about Miles Sanders fumbling. It turned out to be It turned out to be Jalen Reagor. He says Jalen Reagor is no comment for me, man. I ain't got nothing, but I ain't got nothing about him, bro. I'm with you on that. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It was so bad. Devontae Smith had to go at him on the sideline. I know y'all saw that. Jalen Reagor had to go. Had Jalen Reagor. I mean, Devontae Smith went at Jalen Reagor on the sideline. Now I don't know why, but he went at him, and he straight. And I don't know what they was arguing about, but Devontae Smith was like, like you got to do something. You can't keep doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but whatever Devontae Smith said to him, he got right in his ass, and as he should have. You can't keep hurting the team like this. He is legitimately hurting this team. We got 15 people on the live stream. Thank y'all so much. Make sure I hit that like button. It really helps the content grow. Really appreciative for you guys for being here. You know, like we were in so many third and long situations. We had penalties out this world. We look like we didn't belong there. We look like we didn't belong there. Now, granted, look, we only had 4 penalties in the game. That's not a lot, but the penalties were crucial. They were crucial. They were drive killers. They were drive killers. Ivan Mims says Derek Carr been in the league in 8 years, and that was his first playoff game. Right. He would have had another one, but he broke his leg that year. They made the playoffs. Remember, I think it was a couple years ago. Christine says I wouldn't give him on Hurts just yet. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm personally not giving up on him. I'm willing to rock out with him for another year. Now, if he's the same quarterback after next year, then we got to move on. That's how I see it. If he's the same quarterback after next season, I'm moving on from him. It's just that simple. No love lost. It was fun while it lasted, right? But I wouldn't give up on him just yet. Michi says, might as well put me in as a wide receiver. Me too, right? Chris R, what's going on? He says, we can fix this team. Draft Sauce and Dean and either Garrett Wilson or Jameson Williams. Then draft linebacker Harris or Smith in the second. Sign a Reddick or Chandler and the vet receiver. Hey, sounds interesting to me. We got 20 people on the live stream. Make sure I hit that like button. It really helps, man. Appreciate y'all. Big Red says, I'm thinking we draft Carson Strong in the second round and use 3 picks to build the defense and sign a wide receiver in free agency. I feel that. You know, this offseason has to be the best. This offseason might be the most important offseason we ever have in a long time. I know we said it about last year, but this offseason, I think this offseason has higher implications than last offseason because of how much draft capital we have. We have to make right decisions. Now here's the situation about our draft capital. Right now, the Philadelphia Eagles have the 15th, 16th, and 19th overall picks in this draft. That's a lock. We have the 15th overall pick via Miami. We have the 16th overall pick via Indianapolis. And we have the 19th overall pick, which is our own. So we have some strong assets. We have some legit capital to make some moves. Now the question becomes, what do we do with it? That's the biggest question. What do we do with it? For me personally, we need to draft edge rushers. We need to draft linebackers. We need to draft safeties. You know what I'm saying? We need to draft offensive linemen. You dig? I wouldn't be opposed to going after Juju Smith-Schuster in the offseason. He's a possession. He's more of a bigger body possession receiver. I wouldn't mind going after Juju. I I wouldn't mind going after Allen Robinson. You know, we need a legit possession wide receiver, a guy that has some experience, a veteran. Rock the Artist says nobody cares about no Pickett. We need defense. I'll be honest, I don't care about Kenny Pickett either. I don't care about none of these quarterbacks in this draft, if I'm being honest. None of them impress me. So, I don't know why really everybody wanted to put all their baskets in these quarterbacks in this upcoming draft class. There's no guarantee they're gonna come in and have a higher ceiling or even come in stronger than Jalen Hurts. There's no way. After everything Jalen Hurts has been through this season, I'll much rather roll the dice on him next season than another rookie. Then we're backtracking. That's another thing people are not realizing. It's not like there's a slam dunk pick in this draft when it comes to quarterback. It's not like there's a Trevor Lawrence out there. You know what I'm saying? It's not like there's a guy like an Andrew Luck out there. You know what I'm saying? There's not like it's a Justin Herbert or Joe Burrow, a guy that's legit. There's no one out there right now that I would much rather hand the keys to other than Jalen Hurts. There's no one out there right now that I would willingly put all my A's in their basket. There's no one. Jalen Hurts went through the ringer. He dragged his team. He helped his team get to a playoff spot after going 4-11-1 the previous season. You got to give him credit for that. Why would I start over with developing another quarterback with this? In all reality, none of them have shown any really signs of being like trendsetters or being franchise changers. None of them have shown us that. So the fact that so many people are willing to dive out the window for these rookie quarterbacks that's going to be coming in is crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, who knows their future? No one knows their future, right? Who knows what they may turn into? But based on what I've seen, based on what I've read, there's no one head and shoulders above Jalen Hurts in this upcoming draft class at the quarterback position. There's no one. No one. What division is Pitt in? The ACC or something like that? Like what conference is that? What division is that? Like all I'm saying is there's no reason for us to jump out the window. No reason. And you have the ACC. They're in the ACC. What's competitive in the ACC? Like, come on. Like, look, you guys. Look, I'm not giving Jalen Hurts a pass. He played terrible. But at the same breath, like I said, like my man said, where is that? I gotta find that comment. He made a beautiful point. He said 2 things can be true. Chronic Spin Dash says 2 things can be true. Jalen played bad, and he's done more than enough to be the starter for next year. 2 things can be true. Like I said, I just don't see anybody in this upcoming draft class who is head and shoulders above Jalen Hurts that I'm willing to get him the keys. There's nobody that I'm willing to get the keys to. Birdman 951 says Eagles just don't have time to develop another quarterback. You're right. We don't. We don't have that luxury. We don't. You got Jalen Hurts on a rookie deal right now. He has about 18, 19 starts under his belt. He got you to a playoff spot. Build on that. Put talent around him. Nurture his development. Now, if he continues to be the same quarterback next season, if he continues to be the weakest link on offense, then you make a move. But as far as I'm concerned, we need to rebuild this defense and this offensive line. You feel what I'm saying? We need to add another perimeter player. Maybe we even need to look at a running back. Who knows? Because I'll be honest, I don't like the way we're handling the running back position right now. I just don't like it. I don't like it. Chris R says, then get Mike Zimmer as a DC. Draft Bailey Zapp. I got to look into Bailey Zapp, but hey, Mike Zimmer. You know what I'm saying? Why not? Or maybe Vic Fangio as a DC. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Reagor, Rock the Artist. AM says, what QB can there be next year besides Hurts? Kenny Pickett, Armstrong. This NFL draft class of QB is not impressive. Exactly, it's not impressive at all. So, like, why jump out the window for guys who are unproven, who have not played any real competition? Where I have a quarterback who played in the SEC, played at Bama, played at Oklahoma, played legit NFL talent. You played all season, got us to the playoffs when we were 4-11-1 last year. If Jalen Hurts was a first-round pick, we'll be eating out the palm of his hand right now. Let's be honest. Let's be honest with ourselves. If he was a first-round pick, we'll be eating out of his palm because of what he did this year. He went 9-8, made the playoffs. Come on now. We'll be eating out of this kid palm if he was a first-round pick, but because he's not, now we got wandering eyes. Now we don't know if he's capable. That's easy to say. T. Lewis says, I don't want another Carson on this team. I don't trust that name either. We got 22 people on the live stream. I really appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you guys smash that like button. It really helps the content grow. Birdman 951 says, even if we get a new receiver, Hurts won't see him. Malik Chris says Jalen Rager need to go. He sucks, bro. He need to pack his bags. He need to get on it. They need to put him on a bus. Don't even give him a plane ticket. Put him on a bus. Put him on a mega bus. Make him think about everything on the ride home. Ivan Mim says, remember the few catches Hightower has was 50-plus yards? I really think he would be better than Rager or JJ. You never know, man. The problem with Hightower was his hands was a little questionable at times. And he didn't really seem committed. T. Lewis says, I think one of the first gets traded for a future pick, and we use that to draft an elite quarterback if Hurts doesn't pan out. Exactly, and I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at trading one of those picks for another first-round pick next year, and then you draft two defensive guys within the first round. I'm not mad at that. Or you draft a defensive edge rusher or offensive lineman or a linebacker or offensive lineman in the first round. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. Like the artist says, preach, bro. Hey, listen, man. I just call it how I feel it, how I see it. I walk it how I talk it. That's all. Burberry 951 says, I thought this was going to be a fun draft until this offense showed up. Man, now, right, I understand what you're saying. It's like, if Jalen Hurts would have been competitive at least, then the draft would have been a little bit more entertaining, would have been more interesting, right? We wouldn't feel as need the need wouldn't be as high for a quarterback position. But it is what it is. And we got to call it how we see it. Jalen Hurts didn't play well, but he also, for the entire season, in my opinion, the total package, the total everything, he played well enough to be considered for the starting job next year. He should be the starter next year. Let him grow with this team, especially while you got him on a rookie deal. And if he doesn't pan out next year, if he's still the same player next year, if he's the weakest link on offense, then you move on. And I don't think that's hard to do. I don't think that's complicated. I don't think that's hard to grasp. Ref Taco, my guy, how you feeling, man? Ivan Mims says Hightower better than J. Jaw already with the stats since last year, and he didn't even play this year. That's funny. Ref Taco says Jalen Hurts is the best choice for the Eagles because he is on a rookie contract for 2 more years. Absolutely. And Howie Roseman, he loves a bargain. Howie Roseman loves a bargain. You know what I'm saying? I honestly don't think Aaron Rodgers is leaving Green Bay. And matter of fact, that depends on where they finish. If the Green Bay Packers win the Super Bowl, he's not leaving Green Bay. He not. But if they get knocked out in any round, he might consider leaving. But I know he ain't coming to Philly. Then you got Russell Wilson, a guy in Seattle who we're still not sure if he's going to leave or not. Still don't know what the future holds for him. But the rumor is he's open to coming to a different situation. Now, if that's the Eagles, we don't know. But Russell Wilson is, 32, 33 years old, something like that. Not really sure how old he is, but I don't know if I'm willing to give up what Seattle would want us to give them for him. I'm not giving 3 first-round picks for Russell Wilson. I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it at all. I'm not giving 3 first-round picks for a quarterback that's 32, 33 years old. I'm not doing that. I'm just not doing that. Rock the Artist says Mike Williams, Allen Robinson, Calvin Ridley, Devontae Adams, or any wide receiver that can catch. I think Devontae Adams is going to go wherever Aaron Rodgers goes. But Mike Williams, he's interesting, but he gets hurt a lot. Allen Robinson, he's interesting. Calvin Ridley, very interesting. You know, a lot. The rumor is the Eagles might make a move and trade for him. That's a rumor, though. Malik Chris, Dallas Goedert dropping passes. Oh, my goodness. That was a huge drop. Huge. Jalen Hurts put it there. You can't drop that pass. You can't drop that pass. Those are the passes that validate your contract. You cannot drop that. Rev Taco says we need Chris Godwin. I don't care about the ACL. I do. I kind of do. Rev Taco says the ACC is trash. It's a trash conference. It's not Power 5. You're right. It's not. Chris R says exactly. How is J. Joe on the team over Hightower or Fulgham? Maybe because I think it's because JJ is willing to do the dirty work that Hightower and Travis Fulgham are not willing to do. I think Nick Sirianni actually said this too. He said in the preseason press conference, he said the reason JJ made the roster over those other guys is his effort on special teams. You know, I think Nick Sirianni realized that all those guys pretty much suck, but who's going to give me the most effort when I need it? And JJ gave them the most effort on special teams and in blocking situations. So JJ only won his roster spot because he was a better blocker and a better special teamer. I don't think he's a better wide receiver than those guys at all. Birdman 951 says you putting your eggs in with Hurts. So at this point, it doesn't matter. Hurts needed to be benched yesterday. He is that bad. I don't know, man. You gotta let him play that out. You gotta let him play that out. Because a decision like that, when you bench him, you're sending. See, that's an emotional. In my opinion, Birdman 951. I appreciate you for locking on the content. By the way, as always, make sure you guys go subscribe to Birdman 951. He's an Eagles content creator as well. But I feel like that's an emotional reaction, right? The fact that you feel he should have been benched. If you make that decision, then you're showing instability in your organization, and you can't do that at this point in the season. In order for you to attract free agents, in my opinion, you need to show one or two things. I'm sorry, you need to show three things. You need to show stability, you need to show vision, and you need to show that you got the cash. At the end of the day, guys want to get paid. So if you ain't got the money, if your team lacks vision, and if you lack stability, no one wants to come play for you. So benching Jalen Hurts in that moment would have served you none. In my opinion. And I don't think you're putting all your eggs in one basket when it comes to Jalen Hurts because you have flexibility with this contract. This is what I'm talking about. Like, you have flexibility with his contract. If you go out and get a quarterback in that first round, you have to start that man. You have to start that man. You send a message. You have to start that man. And you have to trade Jalen Hurts. And you're committing yourself to this quarterback for the next 4 or 5 years if you give him that 5th-year option. He has to show that he's the guy. He has to show that. So you're actually locking yourself up in more of a complex situation by drafting the quarterback in the first round rather than sticking with Jalen Hurts for another season and seeing where he pans out. You get what I'm saying? There's more flexibility with Jalen Hurts' situation than if you go get a guy in the first round. There's more flexibility. Darius H says, I told you Hurts isn't franchise material, glorified backup. Well, listen, man, how about this? He made the playoffs, brought the team back from 4-11-1. It's easy to throw dirt on him now. It's easy to do that now. It's very easy to do that. But as he's presently constructed, he was able to bring a team to the playoffs by sheer will, by sheer playmaking. You know what I'm saying? We got to give him credit where credit is due. It's easy to dog him right now. It's too easy to dog him right now. Yeah, he had a bad game. Yeah. He did, but he also played good enough in a full season span to earn the right to compete for the starting job next year, if not be the starter next year. He earned that, in my opinion. He earned it. I don't understand why people are so afraid to acknowledge that he grew from week 1 up until now. He had a bad game. He ran up against the Super Bowl, the reigning Super Bowl champs. And he got it handed to him. He got it handed to him, and that's okay. His inexperience showed in that situation. The whole team didn't look good. Coaching didn't look good. Nobody looked good. But it's easy to dog Jalen Hurts now. It's the easy thing to do. It's the lazy opinion instead of being more nuanced about it and say, you know what, okay, the Eagles weren't even supposed to be in the playoff spot. We managed to make a playoff spot. We went 9-8, recovering from 4-11-1. Okay. The quarterback that we got rid of for Jalen Hurts didn't make the playoffs at all. As a matter of fact, lost his 2 final games of the year, putting his team out of playoff contention. Sure, Jalen Hurts has things to clean up about his game. Sure, Jalen Hurts has holes in his game. Yes, he does. Yes, he does have holes in his game. But did he give me a nice foundation, a nice floor to build off of? Hell yeah. He managed to bring this team to the playoffs as his president constructed. Can you imagine if you get some more talent on that team? Can you imagine if he takes his game to another level? And here's the thing. You got him under a rookie deal. Think about the big picture, you guys. The big picture. You had this young man on a rookie deal. On a rookie deal. And you have 3 first-round picks. The world is your oyster. And you better have mad cap space. The world is your oyster. We can't make knee-jerk emotional reactions this offseason. We can't. We have to be poised. We have to show stability. It's important for us to do that if we're going to attract free agents. If we're going to continue to develop, we can't go through this quarterback carousel. We're not going to do it. It's unacceptable. Rock out with the rookie deal. Keep rebuilding your roster. And then then, like I said, the quarterback market will be better for you in 2023. Maybe better in 2024. You never know. Situations change all the time in the NFL. You never know. You never know. So, you guys, we got to acknowledge our situation. We were not supposed to be in that game yesterday, but we made it. People were waiting for this game. People were waiting to dog Jalen Hurts. They were waiting. They were like race dogs. Soon as the gate opened, they start hauling. They couldn't wait to dog Jalen Hurts after this loss. They couldn't wait. Rock says, I will get Hurts another year. Birdman 951 says, I'm talking about the development of Hurts. His game is bad. He has too many negatives. What? I disagree, man. I disagree. When Josh Allen was a rookie or a second-year player, he couldn't do a damn thing. Was people saying he had too many negatives then? You know what I'm saying? When Donovan McNabb came in his rookie season, in his sophomore season, was people saying he had too many negatives then? Like, come on. Like, come on, be realistic, man. The kid is a second-year NFL player, a first-year starter, first year with this head coach. Yes, he has holes in his game. But like I said, you give him next year, and if he's the same quarterback and he has not shown you any signs of development from last year to next year, or I'm sorry, from this year to next year, then you have a leg to stand on. But until then, I'm not going to completely disregard this kid because of his first year starting. He took us to the playoffs. Come on, man. Give me a break. Malik Chris says the Eagles need a real punt returner that can catch punts, bro. We need somebody back there that can remotely do their job. That's my whole thing. Rev Taco says Chochu Mioch is better than J-Jaw. I don't know who that is. Eagles Realist says any receivers you like in the draft, even though we need D. I'll be honest with you guys. I didn't get a chance to really dive too deep into draft prospects, but a lot of content is coming about these upcoming draft prospects. So best believe I got a lot of content in the works. You know, this content is going to be coming out hot. So now that the season is over, it's all about the draft now. It's all about free agency now. So we're going to see how things go for sure. But I need to do more research about the wide receivers in this coming draft. Berman 951 said Nick Sirianni looked like a doofy yesterday. That's funny. AM says There's no elite quarterbacks in the draft, though. No future. They are all tiny. Chris R says, we build a defense, we easily win 12 games next year, as opposed to 9. And Dallas is on the decline. They are losing a ton of players. NFC is a suspect as it's ever been. I agree with you on that. The NFC is going to be wide open next year. Wide open. Ego Atlanta says, I guess he means Carson Strong, bro. Can't even get the name right. How can he comment on the talent level of the players? You guys are not watching college ball, but parroting what you are hearing. Look, I told you straight up, I don't know who the kid is. So, but AM says they got Hurts number 2 on Alabama. He lost to Georgia. Birdman 9 says the running backs and wide receivers are also a big concern. AM, Georgia QB was a walk-on. Malik Chris says, why haven't we let Greg Ward throw a pass at least one time? We did that one time earlier in the season, and it didn't look too good. I think it was in that Chiefs game or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but they tried to do the Philly special with Greg Ward, and it didn't really go right. But I feel like they should get more creative and use them in different ways. Birdman 9 says, if Deshaun Watson or Russell Wilson become available, best believe Eagles will be looking. Of course. Now look, I'm not being unrealistic in terms of the Eagles are not going to kick the tires on the Deshaun Watson situation or kick the tires on the Russell Wilson situation. I'm not being naive in any way. They're going to do that. But if the price is too steep, if the price don't make sense, I'm not making that move. Like I said, I'm not giving up 3 first-round picks. I'm not giving up 3 first-round picks for Russell Wilson. I'm just not doing that. I'm not giving up 3 first-round picks for Russell Wilson. I'm not doing it. I'm just not. And then when it comes to Deshaun Watson, the Houston Texans overplayed their hand. Somebody was willing to offer them the whole house, the kids, the wife, the savings account. One team in the NFL wanted to get them 3 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks, but they said no. Okay. Now the price probably got a little. The price probably got a little better for other people. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens though. But I'm not being naive though. I know the front office will kick the tires on the Deshaun Watson or Russell Wilson situation. Now the price got to make sense though. But like I said, I'm still of the mindset of bring Hurts back, load this roster up with some legit talent in the draft, bring in a free agent or two. And then you run it back. Christine says, I feel bad for Greg Ward. He's way better than Rager, and he's a free agent this year, and we need to resign. Man, it's crazy. Like, Greg Ward should have been out there instead of Rager. He should have been out there. Michi says, Chris Godwin, we're not getting him. Here's why. He's not leaving Brady, and he's on an elite team. Well, he's going to be a free agent this year, so that depends if they re-sign him. Here's the thing about Chris Godwin. He's going to be a free agent. You think the Buccaneers are going to re-sign him after him tearing his ACL? I don't think so. Berman 951. After yesterday's performance, I don't think anybody trying to come to Philly because of Jalen. Minshew helped Hurts get to playoffs. Without Minshew, Hurts doesn't make the playoffs. Minshew played one game. Y'all don't think Hurts would have won that Jets game? Come on, man. Y'all been out of pocket. Y'all out of pocket today. Birdman, you're out of pocket today. Minshew played one game. I'm not even counting the Dallas game that he lost with the second and third stringers and practice squad guys. Minshew played one game. Minshew didn't play 3 games or 4 games. He played one game against our weakest opponent, and arguably the weakest opponent. That's the Jets. Come on now. Stop it. Stop it, man. Stop it. I guarantee Jalen Hurts win that game against the Jets. I guarantee it. Eagle has landed says we started winning when we became a running team. We did not make the playoffs based on Hurts' arm or his QB skill and play. Hurts became a game manager by week 8 after Sirianni saw his arm wasn't it. Okay, so you're ignoring. So are we going to sit here and ignore? Are we going to sit here and ignore games like the Denver Broncos game? Are we going to ignore games like the New Orleans Saints game? Are we going to ignore games like that first Washington football team matchup? Are we going to ignore games like the second Washington football team matchup, and where Jalen Hurts when he actually was throwing the ball more than anything. Are we going to ignore those blatant products of him playing well at the quarterback position? Are we going to really just ignore that? Huh? Are we really do we hate this man this much that we're going to just ignore blatant evidence of him having good quarterback play? Come on now. Come on. And then to act like he's not a part of the running game. Come on now. See, the problem is people are so hell-bent on looking at quarterbacks through this one lens. There's more than one way to play the quarterback position. Now, the question becomes, can you translate it into wins? Can it translate into Super Bowl championships? That's the question. But to sit here and act like Jalen Hurts was just a liability all season is facetious and it's just disingenuous. And I'm not entertaining it at all. Joe Jones says, don't matter now, but why didn't we take the first ball yesterday, knowing Brady is likely to score first drive and we got to put from behind? I don't know, man. I do not know. John Jones says, yo, chalk it up. What's up? First time here. Hey, what's up, John? Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate you for supporting the content. Really grateful to you guys. Shout out to Joe Jones as well for being here as well. Thank you guys for locking in on the content, supporting me. Look, we do these live streams all the time. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to more content. Really appreciate you guys for being here. Really do. Make sure you make those guys, John Jones and Joe Jones, feel at home. Michi says Deshaun Watson going where Brian Flores goes, to be honest. Hey, you never know. John Jones says, if you were the GM, who would you draft, or would you draft defense first? I'm drafting defense first for sure. I'm definitely drafting defense first. Definitely drafting defense first. Are both Howie and Jeffrey speaking this week? I would assume so. They got to go through the exit interviews, the exit press conferences, so I'm pretty sure they're going to speak this week. John Jones says the pressure is on Howie because when was the last time the Eagles drafted a linebacker in the draft? You're absolutely right. When was the last time we drafted a linebacker in the first round? That's the real question, John. When was the last time we drafted a linebacker in the first round? Can't remember. Wilts Duncan says, Birdman, nah, if I want to still drunk. Oh, man, y'all crazy. John Jones says, if I were the GM, I would come right out and take responsibility for not drafting well, but I'm not. Howie Roseman. Wilts Duncan says, chalk it up. I knew people were going to forget the season and use the playoff game to judge the season. Of course, I did too. Of course they were. It's easy. It's easy to do. It's lazy to do. Berman 951 says, those teams you said were bad teams. Oh, wait, you talking about the okay. I'll bite. The Broncos at that time, were they a bad team? Where they just got finished smacking the Dallas Cowboys? Were we calling them a bad team then? See, it's easy to call those teams bad teams now because the season is said and done. But at that time, the Broncos, they just got finished smacking the Dallas Cowboys, crushed them in Jerry World. Then the Saints, they had the number one rush defense. Come on. And then we went toe-to-toe with the Chargers. Come on, man. I know we lost by a field goal, but that wasn't because of Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts played well enough to win that game. Defense couldn't get the job done. You dig what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, we beat the teams we were supposed to beat. We lost against the teams that we thought we was going to lose against. And that's okay. You want to know why? Because this team overachieved. This team is not where they need to be yet. We believe every year we got to be competing for a Super Bowl, and that's just not the reality. Some years going to be down years. Some years we're going to be years where we're young and we need more experience, and we're still trying to figure out certain positions. Those years are going to come. But to act like Jalen Hurts was a non-factor, to act like he was just a passenger on this ride all season is completely blasphemous to me. Eagle has landed, says, I'll give him those games. I'm not ignoring it, and I don't hate Hurts. I just don't believe he's the QB to lead us where we need to go based on his deficiencies. You say that now, like, okay, so it's easy to say that now. It's easy to say that because he had a bad game. But overall, he had a fairly decent season, all things considered. Ain't had a playoff spot to boot. All things considered, he's an unfinished product. Unfinished. Completely unfinished. Can you imagine if people had this same sentiment about Josh Allen when he came into the league? If we operated off of this premise, guys like Josh Allen wouldn't even be where he is now. They'd be journeyman. Or Big Ben came into the Big Ben wasn't slinging it when he first came in. He had a running game to lean on. He had the bus. Like come on, man. Like my whole thing is why are we trying to skip steps in this process? Why are we trying to fast track this? This is why our success is never sustainable, because we keep trying to fast track stuff. Take our lumps and grow with the team. JD Brewer says we were supposed to be 3-5. We were supposed to be a 3 to 5 win team this year. Hurts has the things you can develop as a young quarterback. It has things you can't, like attitude and leadership. I think Coach is solid and Hurts can be good too. That's a very interesting point. He can become a better he can become a better passer. He can develop as a thrower. He can develop in that area. But sometimes you can't develop someone who they are in their core, their personality. Sometimes you can't develop leadership. It's either a leader or you're not. It's either you're a follower or you're a leader. Some people aren't born to be leaders, and that's okay. You can't teach that. You can't teach the intangibles Jalen Hurts brings to the table, but you can teach being a better passer. You can teach being more accurate, having better ball placement, throwing anticipation. You can teach those things. You can teach it. He showed us tremendous growth from week 1 up until now. But because he had a bad game in the playoffs against the GOAT, against a top 3, top 5 rushing defense, against the reigning Super Bowl champs, y'all want to cut his head off. He has things that he has to work on. Yes, he does. But he gave us a great floor to begin at. And he's on the rookie deal. That's so huge. That's so huge to me that he's on the rookie deal. Blue City says Jalen Reagor did not even care what Devontae Smith had to say to him at all. At all. Devontae got right with him. I don't know what they was talking about, but I would assume it was because Jalen Reagor was doing dumb stuff on the field. Birdman 941 says Jalen was hurt. Minshew won that game, so without him, we don't. Bro, he was hurt. He not like he got benched. He got an ankle and he was hurt. But to act like Gardner Minshew just saved our season, like, come on, man, come on, like y'all giving that man Minshew too much credit, way too much credit. It was the Jets. Now, to be technical, if he doesn't win that game, yeah, maybe we don't see the playoffs, maybe. But to just act like Jalen Hurts, just because he missed one game, that defines his entire season, nah. Get the hell out of here with that. Cameron Holmes says, I'm in the middle with Jalen Hurts. And I can respect that. I can respect that, Cam. I can respect that. To be in the middle. To be, hey, listen, if we can get better at that position, I'm with it. If we're going to develop him, I'm with it. To be in the middle, I respect that. I respect that more than somebody just being facetious, being disingenuous about what they saw this season. But it's okay, though. It's okay. Hey, we got 22 people in the live stream. Thank y'all so much for being here. Make sure to hit that like button. Hit that like button. You guys, it really helps the content grow. Chris R says, if we pass on Kobe Dean and he goes to Dallas, I think I'm taking a 10-year hiatus from football. Oh, man, that'd be crazy, wouldn't it? That would be crazy. That would be crazy. John Jones says 1949 and 1979, the late Chuck Bednarik and Jerry Robinson. Oh, those were the last linebackers we drafted in the first round, huh? That's crazy. Birdman 951. Bridgewater ain't no one special though. Bro. It's 53 men on the roster, man. I think about 48 of them dress. Come on, man. Come on. Jalen Hurts doesn't play Bridgewater. He plays the Broncos defense. Come on, man. We're talking about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts doesn't go against Bridgewater. Jalen Hurts goes against their defense, and their defense is actually fairly good. John Jones says Jeremiah Trotter was the last linebacker this team drafted. Since then, that position never been a priority, period. You're absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right about that. Blue City Empire says you guys did lose to the Giants in week 12. Okay. All right. And like and we beat y'all. After that, we split it. Okay. That was another game. Jalen Hurts' worst game. I give you that. I need to see where their defense ended up. The Broncos, right? The Broncos rushing defense, 1, 2, 3, 4. The Broncos rushing defense was top 5. Top 5. The Broncos passing defense, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Top 5. Like, come on, man. Like, why we acting like the Broncos didn't have a top 10 defense this year? Why are we acting crazy? Like, why are we acting like Jalen Hurts was going up against some corny guys in Denver? And he was on the road. Come on, man. Get that man his flowers. Eagle has landed says, no, we drafted Hicks in the third. He talking about the first round, though. He talking about the first round. Birdman 941 says Chargers didn't make playoffs and Dallas killed Jalen Hurts early in the season and dared Jalen to throw the ball, and you know the rest. Man, oh man. I'm done arguing with y'all. John Jones says, what do you mean Dean will go to Dallas? They got Van Der Esch. But Van Der Esch, he gets hurt a lot. So who knows what they may do. And they got Michael Parsons. They got Jabril Cox, a young guy that they still developing. They got Randy Gregory, DeMarcus Lawrence, I think, on the edge. You know, they got a lot of guys over there. Hope we give Hurts one more year. Only person I would take is Watson if he get off. Cameron Holmes says a lot of Bills fans did, though. Yeah, they did write off Josh Allen. You're right. They did write him off. John Jones says, if I'm Howie, I'd go after Mike Williams from the Chargers. If he can stay healthy. Eagles Leonard says, bruh, nope. I told you earlier I wasn't a Hurts fan. That's okay. You could be that. Didn't like him at Bama. I see the same problems. It has zero to do with him with this last game. I wasn't a Hurts fan from the jump. He did nada to win me. Okay, that's cute. John Jones says the front office has to be held responsible because they're the ones that put the product out on the field. That's why the owner has to be held responsible for who he hires when it comes to head coaches. Rock the Artist says, I just dropped the video. Y'all go take a look. Hey, y'all go lock in on my man Rock the Artist. Go search him on YouTube. Rock the Artist. A real good dude. Cam Holmes says, nah, Hurts would have roasted the Jets. That's what I'm saying. Like, people acting real funny. People are hilarious right now. People are hilarious right now. Cam Holmes says Jets defense worse than the Falcons, probably. Ego Atlanta says your facial expressions are killing me. Hey, listen, man. We're talking football, man. This ain't no we ain't going after each other. We talking football at the end of the day. It's football. You know what I'm saying? We all love the Eagles. We all love the game. So we all got our own opinions. That's all it is. That's all it is, you guys. We all got our own opinions. That's all. And and we respect each other's opinions in this chat. Chris R says, I noticed a strange trend of fans taking their frustration out on each other. I spent all last night trolling Cowboys fans. Meanwhile, on Facebook, Eagles fans attacking each other. It's whack, man. It is whack. It is whack. Ultimately, it is whack. But I think the biggest thing is the fact that, I'm of the mindset of look at the bigger picture. But there's some people who are stuck on just this one tunnel, one microcosm in the vacuum. Look at the whole product. Look at the whole product. Cameron Holmes says, yeah, but the Jets allowed a higher pass rating than the Giants. Cameron Holmes says, Hurts had the season I thought he would have, to be honest. Nathan Mark says, I just can't with some of these Eagles fans. Man. Berman 941 says, Denver defense sitting at home, no playoffs. Bro. Birdman, I'm going to say it one more time. At that moment, when we played them, I don't care what's going on today. When we played them, they had a top flight defense when we played them. Same thing with the Saints. When we played them, they had a legit defense. Stop ignoring that. Like stop it, y'all. Come on, be realistic. Be realistic, y'all. Y'all better than this. Y'all better than this. Nathan Mark says all the shit these people saying Hurts can't do this, can't do that. It's his first year starting with the new head coach, new OC. Give the guy a chance. That's my whole thing, man. New head coach, new OC. First time starting. Really young wide receiver core. Only got one wide receiver really you can trust. Then your tight end, he dropping passes left and right. Then your running back's been hurt all year. Still had the number one rush defense. I mean, the number one rusher offense. Like, come on. Like, I thought we had the number one rush offense because of just the running backs. We had the number one rush offense because of guys like Jalen Hurts, too. Like, come on, man. Birdman 941 says, love the show, man. Food for thought. Let's get a show soon together. Yeah, man. Just hit me up, bro. Just hit me up. We can set it up. Eagles Atlanta says, we're all Eagles fans. It doesn't mean we're a monolith. We see things differently. That's all. Absolutely. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. I actually prefer it that way. I prefer all of us to see things differently because that challenges thought. That challenges our opinion. And that's the thing. That's the beautiful thing. That's the beauty about all this content creation. We're able to challenge each other. We're able to hold each other accountable. We're able to insert our different opinions, so on and so forth. So, yeah. Ivan Mims says, do you think Calvin Ridley would work well with Quez and Smith? I think he would because Calvin Ridley is more of a possession guy. I think he would work well. But he would have to be comfortable. He would have to get comfortable with not seeing as many targets as he would in that Atlanta Falcons offense. Eagles realist says same thing with the Panthers. They were trending up before we beat them. That's all. Chris R says they don't like Hurts. They root for his downfall and ultimately the downfall of the team, despite people who support him. They attack him on every mistake and ignore anything good he does. Hey, man, it's a lot of people out here like that. Nathan Marks, what's going on? He says, remember they said we wouldn't win 4 games this season? I'm proud of our team. I'm proud of our team too. And that was supposed to be the theme. That was supposed to be the theme of this live stream. I'm proud of this team. I'm proud of how far we came. This team was only slated to win 4 games this year. Everybody wrote us off. You can check the receipts. I said at minimum 9-8, at the most 10-7. That was my threshold. We were 9-8, so we met my expectations. You look at all these mainstream media guys, all these mainstream media women. They say, "Oh yeah, the Eagles, what? They only won in 3 games. They only won in 4 games. They suck. New head coach, new quarterback, new OC. Roster that's unproven, offensive line that's aging. Look at us. We went 9-8 with a rookie head coach, made the playoffs, a rookie OC. What else? Was competitive, became the number 1 running offense. Come on, man. Come on. Hang your hat on that. Be proud of that, y'all. Be proud of that. We weren't supposed to be where we are. Be proud of that, man. Chris R. We got wins in ATL, Detroit, and Denver, which we haven't won in either town for years. Carson would have lost all those games. That's a very interesting point. We were definitely road warriors this season. We were road warriors. We won a lot of our games on the road. You're right. In years past, we could never win in Atlanta. We could never win in Detroit. We could never win in Denver. You're absolutely right. We couldn't even win in Carolina either. Ivan Mims says when we played Carolina, the defense was top 5. That's what I'm saying. The defense was top 5. They were on fire. They were on fire, and we managed to pull that win out. Now, I'm not saying Jalen Hurts played great in that game, but he played well enough to win. He helped his team rally. The defense made plays. Jeremiah Butler, my man, like and sub. Yeah, make sure you guys smash that like button. If you guys are new to my content, make sure you guys subscribe as well. Really grateful for the support. Always grateful for you guys being here. The content is nothing without y'all, man. Y'all hold me accountable. Y'all challenge me, man. Y'all get me emotional. Y'all get me in my feelings, and I love it. Y'all add to the show. You guys are a part of the show. Michi says, one thing I'm willing to give Hurts another year. I see improvement in things he got to work on. Of course, and that's all. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. But like I said, the Eagles have the 15th overall pick in this upcoming draft. We got that from Miami. We got the 16th overall pick that we got from the Colts. And we got the 19th overall pick that we have, which is ours. Now, there's so many things that we could do with those picks, man. So many things. But if I'm the Eagles, I'm looking at the edge. I'm looking at linebackers. You know what I'm saying? Like at linebacker, I'm looking at Nakobe Dean, Devin Lloyd. You know what I'm saying? David Ojabo. On the D line, looking at Jordan Davis from Georgia. Logan Hall out of Houston. DeVarvin Lee out of Texas A&M. For Darian Mathis out of Alabama. Trevon Walker out of Georgia. At offensive line, I'm looking at guys like Tyler Lindenbaum out of Iowa. He's projected to go top 5. Evan Neal out of Alabama. Kenyon Green, Texas A&M. At safety, we should look at guys like Kyle Hamilton. He's supposed to be the number 1 prospect outside of Thibodeau. What about Derek Stingley Jr. at corner? Ahmad Garner at corner? All I'm saying is we got a lot of draft capital. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of draft capital, and we could do a lot. We could do a lot, but it's all about making the right decisions at the right time. That's what it's all about. Like Aiden Hutchinson, he might not even be there by the time we get our pick, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just we have to continue to we have to continue to build this team. Ivan Mims says new running back coach. I actually like our running back coach. What is his name? Singletary? I like our running back coach. Or Singleton. Jamal Singleton. I like our running back coach. I think he's cool. I like him. Michi says I can see him going to Jordan Palmer and Peyton Manning to help him on his throwing mechanics and going through his reads and seeing the field and getting the ball out on time. AM says should have never got rid of Deuce Staley. Yeah, well, Deuce Staley wasn't going to stay here. It wasn't. We didn't necessarily get rid of him. He didn't stay here because of the fact that he wasn't going to get the opportunity to be the head coach. So he said, "Well, I'm out to take my talent somewhere else." Jeremiah Butler says, "Y'all realize we ended the season #1 in rushing, right? Explain why you needed a brand new running back coach." Bro, that's my. We had the #1 rushing offense. Why do we need a new running back coach? Why do we need a new running back coach? Granted, we were the #1 rushing offense, not just because of the running backs, but also because of Jalen Hurts as well. Philly Pop, the OG, triple OG, what's going on, sir? He says, "What's up, Tone? Yo, if experience is the best teacher, then the Eagles just graduated, summa cum laude. How did they play their worst game of the year in the playoffs? A total team implosion. Absolutely. I blame the coaching staff for not having this team prepared. I blame the coaching staff. This team was ill prepared for the task at hand. But Nick Sirianni, another guy who didn't have the experience coming in. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because they asked him, "Hey, what's the difference in preparation leading up to this game?" He said, "Oh, there's no difference." And when he said that, that made me scratch my head a little bit because it's the playoffs. You got to shift your preparation a little bit. You got to let the guys know this is high stakes. You know what I'm saying? I know you're not trying to scare people or make guys, play outside of themselves, but you got to let them know what the stakes are. And I feel like this team didn't approach this game with the right sense of urgency. Jeremiah Butler, he says that's after not running the ball the first half of the season too. Exactly. We weren't even running the ball in the first half of the season. All of a sudden, we became the #1 rushing offense. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, right? We basically became the #1 rushing team in half of a season, in an 8-game span, a 9-game span. Come on, man. Come on. D. Aldridge, he says, "Fly who's fly." You already know, man. I'm still rocking. JB said, "I'm still waiting." JD Brewer says, "Texans want to interview Gannon for head coach. They can have him. They can have him." JD Brewer says, "I hope it happens. We need a new DC. Big time." Eagles Uncensored podcast. My guy, what's going on? Hope you're doing well, my man. Shout out to the Eagles Uncensored podcast as well. He's been showing mad love to Philly Foothills. Make sure you guys go support the Eagles Uncensored podcast. Go support Philly Foothills as well. He has a GoFundMe up to help support his family during this tough time. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can find it. So I can find that link real quick. Copy this link real quick. Put it in the chat. Support Philly Foothills, man. I got it. I found the Eagles Uncensored. I got it. Make sure you guys support Philly Foothills. Go support him. Go support him, man. He's going through a lot right now. Going through a lot with his family, and it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. I'm going to pin this to the top. There we go. If you guys want to support Philly Foothills and his family, the GoFundMe is at the top of the chat. Philly Foothills been a good dude to me, and always has been, always will be. Make sure you guys go support Philly Foothills, man. Oh yeah, JB. You know I'm checking them. You know I'm checking in with Big Sales, man. You know I am. I'm actually about to get up this live stream. You know I'm checking in, man. You know I'm checking in with Big Sales. You know that's my guy. It's my guy, man. Oh, Dizzle Drizzle says Sirianni ran shotgun formation all game. Shake my head, knowing that it didn't work. Week 6, Gannon played same softball zone, and both coaches didn't switch nothing up. You're right, man. Both coaches exposed themselves. They didn't look good at all. They didn't look good at all. So it is what it is. We got to eat it. That's okay. O'Dizzle says Gannon needs to be highly recommended to get a head coaching job so we can get an aggressive DC for our defense. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. Eagles and Census says Tony to do something soon, bro. Oh yeah, for sure, bro. Just reach out to me. We'll set something up. I'm always open to collaborate, my man. Always open to collaborate. Jeremiah Butler says, "LOL, I'll see you in the spot." You already know, bro. You already know, man. I appreciate you guys for locking in on this content. We got 15 people on the live stream. I love y'all so much, man. You know, I know the loss hurts. I know it hurts. No pun intended. But it's okay. We're going to bounce back from this. We're going to come back even stronger next season. That's the thing. We're going to come back even stronger. And I know Jalen Hurts has a lot of deficiencies in his game. He has a lot to grow on. He has a lot to improve on. And I know that. We all know that. But we have to acknowledge the fact that we got this kid on a rookie deal. We had the opportunity to really reload his roster. We got 3 first-round picks, a plethora of other picks in his upcoming draft. We're going to have a lot of cap space. We have flexibility. And if we want to maintain flexibility, we have to continue to lean on Jalen Hurts and try to build around him. And at the end of the day, there's only one way left to go is up. We can't get any worse than this, you guys. We went 9-8 as presently constructed. We're going to get better. Shout out to my man Birdman 951 with the 499 super tap. Shout out to my man. He says, at the end of the day, it's all love. I'd rather die for this team. Keep up the great work. Be safe, bro. For sure, Birdman. Listen, it's all love when it comes to this content game, man. Look, the fact that we challenge each other, we have our own opinions. You know, we have our own way of thinking, how we expect this thing to go. I respect it. Man. I respect it, and I'm always going to respect my fellow content creators. I'm always going to respect, other supporters, my other subscribers. You guys are amazing, man. Like, and this team has a lot of growing to do. Without a doubt, we have a lot of growing to do. But now, we're in the off season, and it's time for this team to buck up. It's time for Howie Roseman to make some moves. You know what I'm saying? It's time for some things to happen. But again, we got 19 people on the live stream. I appreciate and love y'all so much, man. The content is nothing without you guys, man. Shout out to Birdman951 with the $4.99 super chat. It really helps the content grow. You guys are amazing. Look, you guys, as the off season progresses, I'm going to be betting on myself more than ever this year. I'm going full force in my content. This content game will become my full-time everything in the next few months. I'm positioning me and my wife, we're positioning myself right now to go all in on this content game. And you guys support me so much. And I have to do right by you guys by giving you guys as much content as I can. You guys are going to get flooded with content from me. You guys are going to get multiple live streams a day from me. It's going to get crazy. The content is going to be flowing, you guys. And I really appreciate y'all for liking on the content. Like I said, I'm going all in on this content game in the next few months. So keep your eyes open, man. Stay locked in on the content. We're gonna keep giving y'all this dope energy at Chalk It Up Sports Philly, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got charges to the game. Nathan Mark says, would absolutely love to get Seth Joyner as a DC or Fangio. I would love Seth Joyner to come in, more so as a linebacker coach, and then maybe graduate from there to a larger role. It takes a lot of commitment to be a DC. So I would love to start him as a linebacker coach first to help get the linebacker position the way it's supposed to be. Michi says one thing so Hurts was playing injured the whole time. Yeah, he came out with a boot. I mean, no excuses at the end of the day, no excuses. But he was playing in the boot, and it was what it was. JB said 31 likes and 16 viewers right now. Good job on the stream. Thanks, bro. I appreciate you. JB says Jalen has to get better in the pocket. He does, absolutely. Chris R says if Seth Jordan feels like he can make Davion Taylor into a stud, then he needs to be the linebacker coach. Bro, that's how I feel about it. Oh, Drizzle says Dougie P is going to the Giants to revenge against Howie and Laurie and watch him sign Foles ASAP. That'd be crazy. Lucas Hallman says, "What's up, bro? Hey, what's going on, Lucas? How you feeling, man?" Trush says we have $60 million in cap and 3 first-round picks. Go offense offseason. If Hurts does not show improvement, then that's fine. A new quarterback will have all the pieces right there for him. Thank you, Trush. And that's my logic. That's my logic. That's my logic. Go like reload the team with some talent on both sides of the ball. Give Jalen Hurts another crack at it. If he doesn't improve, or if he's showing you that he's the weakest link on his team, then you move on. Then you bring in another quarterback with a ready-made offense and a ready-made defense. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Shout out to Trush, man. Really appreciate you coming in with that dope opinion, man. I don't know if you're subscribed to the content yet, but my man, welcome to the fold. If you're new, if you've been here, been loyal to the soil, you already know how we get down, man. I love this opinion. We have to be patient with our development. We can't skip steps. And that's the most important thing, you guys. We can't skip steps. Lucas Hallman, yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for smashing that like button. We got 34 likes, man. I really appreciate y'all. Continue to smash that like button. Continue to smash that like button. You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. But, before we get out of here, I want you guys to drop some names in the live stream that you guys want me to collaborate with. Who do you guys want me to collaborate with next? Who do you guys want me to work with next in this Eagles content game? Drop some names down there. You know what I'm saying? I worked with Laura Brunson not too long ago. I did something with Joey Shakes not too long ago. I'm always working with Bird Gang and JC. You guys want me to work with some new people. Who's some content creators you guys want me to work with? Even if they're on another team, who's some content creators you guys want me to put in that work with? Philly Fresh. Oh yeah, that's my brother. I got to get with Philly Fresh, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna text Philly Fresh today and find out what his plans are this week. I definitely need to get with him. Definitely need to get with Philly Fresh. Man, I'm gonna text him right now. I just text Philly Fresh just now. You know what I'm saying? Trush says RB. Okay. And I'm gonna be giving you more Sixers content too. Can't forget about that. The Sixers content is definitely on the way. I'm definitely Eagles heavy, but I want to give you guys a larger palette of Philly sports. You never know. I might start talking about baseball. I might start talking about hockey. You never know. I might start talking about the Philadelphia Union. I'm trying to turn Chunking Up Sports Philly into the complete Philly package for all your Philly sports. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to do. Lucas Holman says RB Bergen 31 Philly Talk Podcast. Right? Okay. Birdman 951 me. I got you, Birdman 951. I got you, bro. Matter of fact, we need to set something up this week. I'm a DM you on Twitter. I'm a DM you on Twitter right now. I definitely got to get with you, Birdman. All right, Birdman. I just hit you. I just hit you up on Twitter. So yeah, man. We definitely got a link. You know what I'm saying? We could definitely set it up this week. We grinding. We putting in that work. We grinding this week. Oh, Dizzle says do an NFC roundtable and you choose the ops tone. That would be dope. Okay. All right, let me write this stuff down. All right. I'll write this stuff down. Writing that stuff down. Okay, so you want a roundtable. Okay. NFC roundtable. All right. NFC roundtable. I'm with it. Okay. Okay. Okay, collab with, all right. Philly Talk, RB, Philly. Y'all, listen, I'm writing this stuff down, y'all. Like, I take y'all opinion seriously. So the show got to grow. You know what I'm saying? Philly Round Table. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Cover Phillies. I got y'all. Listen, like I said, I'm going all in on my content. I'm going all in on my content in the next few months. Like, this gonna be my day to day, my everything. So you guys, I'm leaning on y'all to support the content. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be going full force on my content in the next few months. Full force. You know what I'm saying? But look, live call-ins. Okay, live call-ins. Okay. See, the thing about the live call-ins though, all of y'all don't be popping in. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't pop in for the live call-ins. People used to go crazy with the live call-ins, but earlier when I was doing them, so maybe I need to get those up. You know what I'm saying? Live call-ins. Okay. What else? What else y'all like to see? What else y'all want to see from me? So I got the NFC roundtables. You know what I'm saying? I got the NFC roundtables. I got the collabs with Philly Talk. Philly Mike, RB, Philly Fresh, Philly the podcast, Birdman 951. I got the Eagles roundtables, the Philly roundtables. I talk about some baseball. The live call-ins. What else would you guys like to see from the show? What else would you got? What else would you guys like to see from the show? We got 17 people in the live stream. Make sure I hit that like button. But all in all, though, you guys, I appreciate y'all for being here. I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate y'all so much for locking in on the content, showing mad love. You guys are amazing. It always humbles me when I see so many of y'all in the live stream just being active in the live chat, holding each other accountable. You guys are a part of the show. The show is nothing without you guys. So I'm super grateful to you guys for being here and just showing unconditional love, that real love. And I'm never going to take it for granted. And it's straight like that, you guys. Look, I'm your humble host, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports Philly, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge us to the game. One love, stay humble, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay hungry. And fly was fly. And we out of here.